Hello? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I see you. But it says I have 0 viewers. Spooky. Spooky, spooky. Oh, I should do the thing. Wait. Woohoo! GokigenYO! Isla-Sama desu! Do you see me? It says I have 0 viewers, and it says chat is disabled for this stream. Spooky! Yeah. I also had another problem. I also had another problem earlier. I was going to set up actually my my 3DO for this stream. I was gonna set it up. But then I thought, okay, it had like this like really loud static noises. And really loud static noises. So I was like, okay, maybe I do have to replace the batteries. And then I replaced the batteries and it's still there. And it might be like a cable problem. I would have to like go out and buy a new cable for it. So yeah. If Isla has 100 viewers, I am one of them. If she has 10, I am one of them. If she has 1 viewer, that viewer is me. If she has 0, I am still one of them. No, it should be, I am no longer in this world. Yeah, it's a series of tech problems today. No, I know the random static would have been spooky, but it's like annoying. It's annoying. It's loud and annoying. I swear. It hurt my ear. I was like, oh, let's see what I sound like. Let's hear what I sound like. And then it went boom. Thank you for the super member chat. Thank you, Eric. Arigato. Spooky streaming. We're only 2 minutes in. Yeah. It's a spooky day for me. I don't know for you guys. I haven't really done anything to spook you. Should I spook you now? Whoa! I do a pretty bad job at this. I should have prepared something. I should have prepared something. I was going to prepare some jump scares, but I was too busy fixing my 3DO that won't even work unless I have to go out and buy a new cable. Tomorrow is Monday. You got work tomorrow. Ooh, your boss is gonna yell at you. Oh, you haven't filed your taxes yet. Don't forget your taxes. Yeah. Your vegetable jokes are spooky? They're funny, not spooky. What are you talking about? She could be lying to us. No, it is not a lie. Tomorrow is Monday. And you're gonna have a really stressful day at work. Ooh. Monday is my day off. Oh, good for you. Oh, good for you. You're lucky. Anyway, hello everybody. GokigenYO Isla-Sama desu. Oh, in case you're like, who is this lady? I'm Isla Coleman in my Halloween outfit. Oh my gosh, wait, I should have placed Winnie Hot Jr. on my background. Do I have time to do that? I don't know what my costume is. Sorry. I just saw this and I was like, ooh, purple. I love purple. I love anything purple. And I think this is supposed to be a cat ghost. A cat ghost Lolita thingy. Yeah. Am I a ghost? I'm a spooky ghost. Can we see the rest of the outfit? I'm afraid I might be I am afraid I might be lacking underneath. Sorry, it's not a full body. It's not a full body outfit. An incomplete outfit. Ooh, spooky. No pants underneath. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, it was 50% off, literally. No ghost legs. No, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It'd be how do I remove my legs? Is it possible to remove my legs? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I can crop this. This is so funny. Don't look anymore. Yeah, don't perceive. Anyway, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, Winnie Hot Jr. But this one, I like this background too. Winnie Hot Jr. This is where we're gonna have our Halloween party. Because I can't handle spooky things. Yeah, it is a weird dress. I mean, it looks pretty. But then you scroll down and you're like, oh no. If you crop it like this, it looks great. If the outfit is up until here, it actually looks great. Yeah. I like the setup though. I like the setup of this stream. Oops, you see my hand? Wait, if Isla Coleman's hand is here, then what is this? Oh, she has 3 hands. Oh, spooky. Dun 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 dun. Okay, where is the thing? I don't want to scare you guys, but I have 3 hands. Alright, this is Winnie Hot Jr. This is where we're gonna have our Halloween party, you guys. Winnie Hot Jr. Because I'm not gonna be reading some real horror stories, because today we're gonna be reading creepypastas. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys were afraid of creepypastas, but I was afraid of some creepypastas. But now we can just laugh about it, because these creepypastas were probably written by 12-year-olds online back in the day, so yeah. Don't scare me like that. You'll send me to Winnie Hot General. Good bedtime stories. Yeah, I want to read you a bedtime story. That's why I was setting up my 3DO, but there seems to be like a really bad cable problem. Like the mic itself is working. Like the left and right, the stereo audio channels are working fine, but there's still a static thingy. And it's there because of the cable, so I'm so sorry. But don't worry, I can still read you a good bedtime story. And I'll even provide you some warm cookies and milk. Which I will do now. Where is it? Okay, but let's go back here, because I think this background fits my outfit. I was gonna sneeze. Oh, it went away. Where is it? Where is it? The ugly barnacle story? There was once an ugly barnacle who was so ugly that everybody died. The end. Where is it? Milk and cookies PNG. Yeah. Let me prepare it for you. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Here you go. Here's some cookies and milk. No, there's a watermark. Yeah, ignore that. Ignore that. It's from my air fryer. I made it. The watermark. Yeah, don't mind that. Ignore that. I don't know that. I don't know that. There you go. Let me put it beside you. Like that. Yeah, get comfy. Oh wait, there's one more. There's one more asset I can import. There's one more asset I can import on my screen. Where is it? Da-dum, bum, 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 bum. Ba-bum, bum. How about this? Why am I getting my milk and cookies? The internet. Blame the internet for everything. Where is it? Screenshots. No. This one. Streaming assets. Okay, I got you something. Here you go. Now where is it? Fit to screen. There you go. It's a blanket. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright. Now you're ready for bedtime. Don't sleep. Don't sleep yet. Don't sleep. I have to read you a story before you go to sleep. Yeah. Don't fall asleep. Let me just drink water. Oh my god. I've been running back and forth. I was like looking for a screwdriver to fix my 3DO. I was looking for some extra batteries. I gotta drink water. It's finally time for me to just sit down and relax, because I've just been running around today. Give me a sec. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but like I have allergies today again. These scary stories are just your attempt to keep us awake. Well, that's the point. That's the point of Halloween. We gotta celebrate the spooky, the scary, the spoopy. Yeah, excited for stories? Are you ready? Well, this might be a nostalgia trip to some of you guys as well. If you've read it, but if not, well, here you go. I'm gonna read to you, maybe around like 6 or 5 stories, creepypasta stories. I'll try not to laugh, but then again, sometimes like funny dialogue, like funny writing makes me laugh, so I'll try. I'll try my best. Let's see. I wonder if I should like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put a text. Now reading. You wanna go with the classic Jeff the Killer? We should go with the classic. You know what? I've actually never read the story in full, because I will admit it, I was freaked out by the picture, by the Jeff the Killer picture, so I never actually got to like read the original. But I did watch like a YouTube video, like a video essay of it, like explaining Jeff the Killer, like who is he? Kind of like that, because I was freaked out by the image. Okay. I've actually never read the original. Jeff the Killer. Who is he? Why is he so famous? Not like famous, but like famous with the fangirls. I never understood the fangirls who like ship themselves with Jeff the Killer. I have no idea. Have you seen the image? He doesn't even look handsome. I don't know. That's creepy. That's creepy. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it's really funny how like some of the creepypastas got removed from like the website because it was too low quality. It was so funny. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Not all gaming. Arigato. Hi, Princess. How are you? Oh, today has been a very stressful morning, but I'm just ready to sit and read you guys a story. Yeah, I look spooky. Of course, that's the point. That's the point of today's fit because this is yeah, I guess you could say this is our Halloween stream because I won't be here. I won't be here for like actual Halloween. That's the true horror. That's the true horror. I won't be here in Halloween, so we're having an early Halloween stream. Yeah, perfect thing to fall asleep to, right? Maybe we'll finally understand how Jeff the Killer fangirl mind works when we read his story, right? Okay. I'm sorry if I'm gonna be sniffling a bit. Like I just have terrible allergic rhinitis today. Yeah, I'll do my best. Okay. Let me move close to the camera. And maybe my mic too. Should I move closer to the mic? Hello. Hello. Okay. Okay, we're gonna be reading the origin story of Jeff the Killer. Impromptu ASMR stream. Well, I tried to like adjust my mic to that quality. Alright. Are you ready? Pop, 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 pop. Actually, let me zoom in the text. Okay. Are you ready? Do I have to decrease the volume of the BGM, or is this good? Is this good? Is this daijoubo? Ha, okay. Ikuk? Ikuag! Okay, we're ready. Alright. All rights and ideas from the original author. Excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. I had a bad dream and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light, illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of 2 eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said it in a way only a madman could speak. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped on the top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife.
It went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned away and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out of it to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes, and that psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. The police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department. Okay? Is this man still on the loose? Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work. And then they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Leo couldn't complain though. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of the neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and to introduce my son." She turns around and calls her son over. "Bully, these are our new neighbors." Bully said hi and ran back to play in his yard. Weird, okay. "Well," said Jeff's mom, "I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter, and my two sons, Jeff and Leo." They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family are done packing, Jeff went up to his mom. "Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid." "Jeff," said his mother, "we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now, we're going to that party, and that's final." Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there, looking at his ceiling, when suddenly, he got a weird feeling. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it as some random feeling. I'm sorry. He heard his mom call him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. The next day, Jeff walked downstairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. As he sat there, eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time, it was stronger. It gave him a slight tugging pain, but he once again dismissed it. As he and Leo finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus, and then, all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their laps. They both jumped back in surprise. "Hey! What the hell?" The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. This kid seems to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale shirt and ripped blue jeans. Well, it looks like we got some new meat." Suddenly, 2 other kids appeared. One was super skinny, and the other was huge. "Well," Since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith. Jeff and Leo looked over to the skinny kid. He had the dopey face. He had a dopey face. He had a dopey face that you would expect a sidekick to have. And he's Troy. They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. And I, said the first kid, am Randy. Now, for all the kids in this neighborhood, there is a small prize for bus fare, if you catch my drift. Leo stood up, ready to punch the lights out of the kid's eyes, when one of his friends pulled a knife on him. I had hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way. The kid walked up to Leo and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now, it was truly strong. A burning sensation. He stood up, but Leo gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet, or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife. Oh? And what will you do? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff... Jeff popped the... Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed, and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but... I am sorry. This is not real. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm tearing up. Okay. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need a knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Leo could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Jeff, how'd you... That was all he said. They saw the bus coming and they knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing. So, they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Leo made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Leo just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop, and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said in a somewhat ominous voice. It was a wonderful day. Next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find two police officers at the door. His mother looking back at him with an angry look. Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't regular fighting, and that they were stabbed. Stabbed, son! Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Leo.
Son, said one of the cops, we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled to the scene. Now, what does that tell us?
Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Leo had been attacked, but then there was no proof it was not them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they weren't fleeing, because truth be told, they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Leo.
Son, calm down your brother.
Jeff couldn't do it, since it was him who beat up all the kids.
Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Leo tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me.
The cop looked at his partner and they both nod.
Well, kid, looks like a year in juvie.
Wait!
Says Leo. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Leo.
It was me! I beat up those little punks! Have the marks to prove it!
He lifted up his sleeve to reveal cuts and bruises, as if he was in a struggle.
Son, just put down the knife,
said the officer. Leo held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops.
No, Leo, it was me. I did it.
Jeff had tears running down his face.
Huh, poor bro, trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, take me away.
The police led Leo out of the patrol car.
Leo, tell them it was me. Tell them I was the one who beat up those kids.
Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulder. Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it's Leo. You can stop. Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Leo inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong.
Son, what is it?
Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him as Jeff wept away in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house, seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Leo when it was his fault. He couldn't see how... he just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went by with no word from Leo at JDC. No friends to hang out with, nothing but sadness and guilt. That is, until Saturday, when Jeff is woke up by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face. Jeff, it's the day, she said as she opened up the curtains and let light flood into his room.
What's today?
Asked Jeff as he stirs awake.
Why, it's Billy's birthday.
He was now fully awake.
Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after.
There was a long pause. Jeff, we both knew what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up the past days. Now, get dressed. Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get ready herself. He fought himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt and a pair of jeans and walked down the stairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up, his mother in a dress, and his father in a suit. He thought, why they would ever wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party? Son, is that all you're going to wear? Said Jeff's mom. Better than wearing too much, he said. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hid it with a smile. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression, said his father. Jeff grunted and went back up to his room. I don't have fancy clothes, he yelled downstairs. Just pick out something, called his mother. He looked around his closet for what he would call fancy. He found a pair of black dress pants. What? A pair of black dress pants he had for special occasions and an undershirt. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it. He looked around and found only striped and patterned shirts, none of which would go with the dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie. Oh, a white hoodie and put it on. Oh, guys, it's the white hoodie. You're wearing that? They both said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh, no time to change. Let's just go, she said as she herded Jeff and his father out of the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara's and Billy's house. They knocked onto the door and it appeared that Barbara, just like his parents, way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults. No kids. The kids are out in the yard. Jeff, how about you go and meet some of them, said Barbara. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in a Toys R Us. Suddenly, a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat. Hey, wanna play? He said. No kid, I'm way too old for this stuff. The kid looked at him with that weird puppy dog face. Please? Said the kid. Fine, said Jeff. He put on the hat and started to pretend to shoot at the kids. At first he thought it was totally ridiculous, but then he started to actually have fun. It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off of Liu. So he played with the kids for a while until he heard a noise. A weird rolling noise. Then it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. Hello, Jeff, is it? He said. We have some unfinished business. Jeff saw his bruised nose. I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you and you get my brother sent to JDC. Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted him. Jeff pushed Randy off of him, and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. No one interrupts or guts will fly, they said. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff and stabbed it into his shoulder. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. After 3 kicks, Jeff grabs his foot and twists it, causing Randy to fall to the ground. Jeff stood up and walked towards the back door. Troy grabbed him. Need some help? He picks Jeff up by the back of the collar and throws him through the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand, he is kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts to cough up blood. "Come on, Jeff! Fight me!" He picks up Jeff and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head. "Fight!" He throws Jeff back into the living room. "Come on, Jeff! Look at me!" Jeff glances up, his face riddled with blood. "I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC, and now you're just gonna sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year! You should be ashamed!" Jeff starts to get up. "Oh, finally! You stand and fight!" Jeff is now to his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Once again, he gets that strange feeling. The one in which he hadn't felt for a while. "Finally, he's up!" says Randy as he runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking is gone. All he can do is kill. He grabs Randy and pile drives him to the ground. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punches cause Randy's heart to stop. As Randy gasps for breath, Jeff hammers down on him. Punch after punch, blood gushes from Randy's body until he takes one final breath and dies. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith. Although they easily break from their gaze and point their guns at Jeff. Jeff sees the guns trained on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him, each shot missing. Jeff runs up the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith follow up behind. As they let out their final rounds of bullets, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs the towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. He is more agile than Troy, though, and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall. A thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top of shelf. It burned both of them, and they both started to scream. Jeff wiped his eyes as best as he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As he lays there, bleeding to death, he lets out an ominous smile. "What's so funny?" asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. "What's funny," he said, "is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol." Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka. While the alcohol burned him, the bleach bleached his skin. Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out of the fire, but it was no use. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. He ran down the stairs and fell down the stairs. Sorry. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff. Now, a man on fire, dropped to the ground, nearly dead. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out. When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything, but he felt a cast on his shoulders and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but he realized that there was some tube in his arm, and when he tried to get up, it fell out, and a nurse rushed in. I don't think you can get out of bed yet, she said as she put him back in his bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there with no vision, no idea of what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. Honey, are you okay? She asked. Jeff couldn't answer though. His face was covered and he was unable to speak. Oh, honey, I have great news. After all, the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed of trying to attack you. Wait. Randy confessed of trying to attack? Isn't he dead? Anyway. Randy confessed of trying to attack you. They decided to let Leo go. This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. He'll be out by tomorrow, and then you two will be able to be together again. Yeah, Randy is the guy with the heart that got stopped. Yeah, weird. Okay, anyway. Alright, give me a second. Let me just drink water. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I don't know if this was before the party or I don't know. Anyway. Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says her goodbyes. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. Then came the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family were all there to see it. What he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats. They waited until the last bandage holding the cover over his face was almost removed.
Let's hope for the best,
said the doctor. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Liu and Jeff's dad stare awestruck at his face. What happened to my face? Jeff said. He rushed out of bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face. It's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned into a pure white color, and his hair singed from brown to black. He slowly puts his hand to his face. It had a sort of leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family, and then back at the mirror. Jeff, said Liu. It's not that bad. Oh, shut up, Liu. Anyway. Not that bad, said Jeff. It's perfect. His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff? Are you okay? Okay? I've never felt more happy! Look at me! This face goes perfectly with me! He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked his face, feeling it, looking at it in the mirror. What caused this? Well, you may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity, snapped. Now he was left as a crazy killing machine. That is, his parents didn't know. Doctor, said Jeff's mom. My son, Alright, you know, in the head.
Oh yes, this behavior is typical for patients that have taken very large amount of painkillers. If his behavior doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here and we'll give him a psychological test.
Oh, thank you, doctor. Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go home. Jeff looks away from the mirror. His face still formed into a crazy smile. "'Kay, mommy!" His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get his clothes. "This is what came in," said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see the black dress pants and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and now stitched together. Jeff's mother led him to his room and made him put his clothes on. Then they left, not knowing that this was their final day of life. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked into a bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile into his cheeks. "Jeff, what are you doing?" asked his mother. Jeff looked over his mother. I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now, I can smile forever. Jeff's mother noticed his eyes, ringed and black. "Jeff, your eyes!" His eyes were seemingly never closing. I couldn't see my face. I got tired, and my eyes started to close. I burned out my eyelids so I could forever see myself. My new face. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing that her son was going insane. "What's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful?" Yes, son," she said. "Yes, you are. Let me go get Daddy so he can see your face." She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. "Honey, get the gun! She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway holding a knife. "Mommy, you lied!" That's the last thing they hear as Jeff rushes them with a knife, gutting both of them. His brother Liu woke up, startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else, so he just shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up. Before Jeff's hand covered his mouth, he slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Liu. Liu trashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip. "Shh," Jeff said. "Just go to sleep." Okay, story's over. And that was the story of Jeff the Killer. Oh my god. No way people, including me, got scared of this. That was very scary. One of the stories of all time. Oh, that was awful. Oh my god, wait, I looked at the cover of the story and it's the anime version of Jeff the Killer. It's the anime version. It's the fan art version. Well, that was certainly a story. There were so many inconsistencies. Like, oh, Randy threw a punch and then threw him to the floor, and then Jeff like there's a lot going on. Oh my god. I wonder who wrote this. What are they doing now? The person who wrote this. Yeah, this was the cover of the album. This was the album cover. Look at it. The story cover. Like no way girls saw this and said, "Wow, that's hot." Randy died, but he got better. Yeah, he died and then resurrected just to like confess his sins. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so edgy. Yeah, us Orochimaru from Naruto. He's a Sigma. So edgy. Yeah. Did you die? Unfortunately, yes, but I lived. So many Jeff the Killer OCs too, like Jane the Killer. Yeah, there's like a female version. And Jane. So funny. Anyway, that was Jeff the Killer. Thank you for listening. I love the part where he punched a guy so hard his heart stopped. It's so funny. Punch it so hard that his heart stopped. Okay, let's move on to the next story. This one also freaked me out, and I actually believe this. So I think I really want to reread it just to like see if it's like believable now in like 2024. I want to know if it's like a believable story now in 2024. This one is the, not sure if this is long. This one is the Lavender Town Syndrome. This one, the Lavender Town Syndrome. Yeah, I mean, I was freaked out by it, but it's just because the music itself was like kind of unsettling. I mean, right now I probably don't believe it now, but like it's still creepy. Like the sound is still creepy. Yeah. Goofiest stuff can still be scary. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I used to believe chainmails back then. Like, pass this to 5 of your friends or your mother dies. No, because I actually believed it. I hate it. I hate it so much. Yeah, anyway. Next story is the Lavender Town Syndrome. Oh, wow. I didn't know you could, like, vote on the stories. This one has a 7.7 out of 10. I wonder what's the rating for the original Jeff the Killer. Okay. We all believed chainmails back then. I believed it. My mom though was like, oh, I got this from a Facebook friend again. What do I do? And I'm like, you have to send it to 5 friends. My mom would receive like chainmails too, and she would ask me like, oh, what am I gonna do with this? Should I just ignore it? And I was like, no, send it to 5 friends. Send it to 5 friends right now. Okay. Anyway, our next story is Lavender Town Syndrome. Estimated reading time is less than a minute? Really? Okay, well, I'll try to paste this nicely. Okay, next story. For context, the Lavender Town Syndrome, also known as Lavender Town Tone or Lavender Town S-word, the unaliving word, was a peak in unaliving cases and illnesses of children between ages of 7 to 12 shortly after the release of Pokemon Red and Green in Japan back in February 27, 1996. Rumors says rumors say that these unaliving cases and illnesses only occurred after the children playing the game reached Lavender Town, whose theme music had extremely high frequencies. That studies showed that only children and young teens can hear since their ears are more sensitive. Due to the lavender tone, at least 200 children supposedly committed unalive, and many more developed illnesses and afflictions. The children who committed unalive usually did so by hanging or jumping from heights. Those who did not act irrationally complained of severe headaches after listening to Lavender Town's theme. Although Lavender Town now sounds differently depending on the game, this mass hysteria was caused by the first Pokemon game release. After the Lavender Tone incident, the programmers had fixed Lavender Town's theme to be theme music to be at a lower frequency, and since then children were no longer affected by it. One video appeared in 2010 using special software to analyze the audio of Lavender Town's music. When played, the software created images of the unknown near the end of the audio. This raised a controversy since the unknown didn't appear until Generation 2 games, Silver, Gold, and Crystal. The unknown translates to "leave now." It is said that the beta version of Pocket Monsters was released to some kids to test the game. This is the video of the beta version of Lavender Town. There's a video. I don't know why I don't want to play it. It's just this long. It's just this long. Okay. That wasn't so scary. that wasn't so scary. Like reading it now, that sounds like cap. Lost Silver is better. Yeah, Lost Silver had the footage too. It's probably a ROM hack. Thinking about it now. Can you link the video? Give me a second. I can link. 21 million views? That's insane. This Lavender Town original video has 21 million views. Whoa. That's 21 million views. And there we go. So just in case people don't know what it sounds like, it's really high pitched. Yeah, this is the music that plays in Lavender Town from Pokemon Red and Blue, Green in Japan. This is the original Japanese version of the piece that was edited upon worldwide release due to the high-pitched noises that strain speakers and can induce adverse effects when undeveloped ears are exposed to them. Whoa. Yeah. Okay, the story itself feels like cap. It doesn't sound real thinking about it. Like, where are the cases? Where is it on the news? Where is it on national television, right? It should be on the news if like this many people like K-worded themselves, like isekai themselves. Yeah. It could happen, but it would be far too random to create a worrying pattern. Like, I get the frequency, like high frequencies can like cause a headache. That is like a physical thing, but I don't know. Video game based creepypastas are fun. Wait, the other popular one? Oh yeah. The Zelda one. Then Drowned. That was really funny. I think I read it on stream already too. Original. And then the writing was pretty funny too. It's like Jeff the Killer level of writing. Is this the creepypasta that got like flamed because the writing was so bad, or was it Sonic.exe? I forgot which one. I forgot which one was like removed the original was removed because it was so bad. Supermarket Monster? No, I haven't. It might have been Sonic. Okay. Yeah. I just remember there's like one famous like video game creepypasta that got removed from like the creepypasta website because it was badly written. That was really funny. All right, let me read Bend Round. Oh, this one's pretty long. Oh my god, yeah, this is pretty long. The creators rant. Yeah. The creator even ranted about it. Yeah. Okay, let's read Mend Round. Alright. It was created by... Oh, the creator's name is here. Okay. Okay, let's read. Oh, let me change the text. All right. Bend round. Okay, X. I need your help with this. This is not a copy pasta. It's a long... It's not a copy pasta. Are you sure about that? Anyway, this is not a copy pasta. It's a long read, but I feel like my safety or well-being could very well depend on this. It's video game related. Specifically Majora's Mask. And it's the creepiest shit. Okay, just say it, shit. That has ever happened to me in my entire life. Having said that, I recently moved into my dorm room starting as a sophomore in college, and a friend of mine gave me his old Nintendo 64. I was stoked to say the least. I could finally play all of those old games of my youth that I hadn't touched in at least a decade. His Nintendo 64 came with one yellow controller and a rather shoddy copy of Super Smash Bros. While beggars can't be choosers, needless to say, it didn't take long until I became bored of beating up level 9 CPUs. That weekend, I decided to drive around a few neighborhoods, about 20 minutes or so off campus, hitting up the local garage sales, hoping to score on some good deals from ignorant parents. I ended up picking up a copy of Pokemon Stadium, Golden Eye, F-Zero, and 2 other controllers for $2. Satisfied, I began to drive out of the neighborhood when one last house caught my attention. I still have no idea why it did. There were no cars. There were no cars there, and only one table was set up with random junk on it. But something sort of drew me there. I usually trust my gut on these things, so I got out of the car and was greeted by an old man. His outward appearance was, for a lack of better word, displeasing. It was odd. If you asked me to tell you why I thought that, I couldn't really pinpoint anything. There was just something about him that puts me on the edge. I can't explain it. All I can tell you is that if it wasn't in the middle of the afternoon and there were other people within shouting distance, I would not have even thought about approaching this man. He flashed a crooked smile at me and asked what I was looking for. Immediately, I noticed that he must have been blind in one of his eyes. His right one had that glazed over look about it. I forced myself to look to his left eye instead, trying not to offend, and asked him if he had any old video games. I was already wondering how I could politely excuse myself from the situation when he told me he had no idea what a video game was. But to my surprise, he then said he had a few ones in an old box. He assured me he'd be back in a jiffy and turned to head back into the garage. As I watched him hobble away, I couldn't help but notice what he was selling on the table. Littered across it were rather peculiar paintings, various artworks that looked like ink blots that a psychiatrist might show you. Curious, I looked through them. It was obviously why no one was visiting this guy's garage sale. These weren't exactly aesthetically pleasing. As I came to the last one for some reason, it looked almost like Majora's Mask. The same heart-shaped body with little spikes protruding outward. Initially, I just thought that since I was secretly hoping to find that game at these garage sales, some Freudian BS was projecting itself into the ink blots. But given the events that happened afterward, I'm not so sure now. I should have asked the man about it. I wish I did ask the man about it. After staring at the Majora-shaped blot, I looked up and the old man was suddenly there again, arm's length in front of me, smiling at me. I'll admit it, I jumped out of reflex and laughed nervously as he handed me a Nintendo 64 cartridge. It was the standard gray color, except that someone had written Majora on it in black permanent marker. I got butterflies in my stomach as I realized what a coincidence this was, and asked him how much he wanted it for. The old man smiled at me again and told me that I could have it for free, that it used to belong to a kid who was about my age and that didn't live here anymore. There was something weird about how he phrased that, but I didn't really pay any attention to it. I was too caught up in not only finding this game, but getting it for free. I reminded myself to be a bit skeptical since this looked like a pretty shady cartridge and there was no guarantee it would work. But then the optimist inside me interjected. Maybe it was some kind of beta version or pirated version of the game. That was all I needed to be back on Cloud 9. I thanked the man and he smiled at me and wished me well, saying, "Goodbye then." At least that's what it sounded like to me. All the way in the car ride home, I had a nagging doubt that he had something else. My fears were confirmed when I booted up the game. To my surprise, it worked just fine. And then there was only one save file, named simply Ben. Goodbye, Ben. He was saying, "Goodbye, Ben." I felt bad for the man, obviously a grandparent and obviously going senile. I, for some reason or another, reminded him of his grandson, Ben. Out of curiosity, I looked at the save file. Eyeballing it, I could tell that he was pretty far into the game. He had almost all of the masks, and 3 out of 4 of the bosses remains. I noticed that he had used an owl statue to save his game. He was on day 3, and by the Stone Tower Temple, with hardly an hour left before the moon would crash. I remember thinking that it was a shame that he had come so close to beating the game, but it never finished. I made a new file named Link out of tradition and started the game, ready to relive my childhood. For such a shady-looking cartridge, I was impressed at how smoothly it ran, literally just like a retail copy of the game. Save for a few minor hiccups here and there, like textures being where they shouldn't be and random flashes of cutscenes at odd intervals, but nothing too bad. However, the only thing that was a little unnerving was that at times, the NPCs would call me Link, and at other times, they would call me Ben. I figured it was just a bug, a fluke in the programming, causing our files to get mixed up or something. It did kinda creep me out after a while, though it was around after I had beaten the Woodfall Temple that I regrettably went into the save files and deleted Ben. Oh, he deleted Ben. I had intended to preserve the file just out of respect of the game's owner. It's not like I needed 2 files, anyway. Hoping that it would solve the problem. It did, and it didn't. Now, NPCs wouldn't call me anything. Where my name should have been in the dialogue, there was just a blank space. My save file name was still called Link though. Frustrated, and with homework to do, I put the game down for a day. I started playing it again last night, getting the lens of truth and working my way towards completing the Snowhead Temple. Now, some of you more hardcore Majora's Mask players know about the 4th day glitch. For those who don't, you can Google it, but the gist of it is that Right as the clock is about to hit 0000 on the final day, you can talk to the astronomer and look through the telescope. If you time it right, the countdown disappears and you essentially have another day to finish whatever you were doing. Deciding to do the glitch to try and finish the Snowhead Temple, I happened to get it right on the first try, and the time counter at the bottom disappeared. However, when I pressed B to exit the telescope, instead of being greeted by the astronomer, I found myself in the Majora boss fight room at the end of the game, the trippy boxed-in arena, staring at Skull Kid hovering above me. There was no sound, just him floating in the air, and the background music, which was regular for the area but still creepy. Immediately, my palms began to sweat. This was definitely not normal. Skull Kid never appeared here. I tried moving around the area, but no matter where I went, Skull Kid would always be facing me, looking at me, not saying anything. Nothing would happen though, and this kept up for around 60 seconds. I thought the game had bugged or something, but I was beginning to doubt that very much. I was about to reach for the reset button when the text appeared on my screen. You're not sure why, but you apparently had a reservation. I instantly recognized that text. You get that message when you get to the room key. You get the room key from Anju at the Stockpot Inn. But why was it here? I refused to entertain the notion that it was almost as if the game was trying to communicate with me. I started to navigate the room again, testing to see if there was some kind of trigger that enabled me to interact with something here. Then I realized how stupid I was. To even think that someone could reprogram the game like this was absurd. Sure enough, 15 seconds later, another message appeared on the screen. And again, like the first one, it was already a pre-existing phrase. Go to the lair of the temple's boss? Yes/no. I paused for a second, contemplating what I should press and how the game would react. When I realized that I couldn't select no. Taking a deep breath, I pressed yes, and the screen faded to white with the words "Dawn of a New Day" and the subtext, a couple of lines beneath it. It's just a bunch of lines. Where I was ported to filled me with the most intense sense of dread and impending fear I had ever experienced. The only way I can describe the way I felt here is having this feeling of inexplicable depression on a profound scale. I am not normally a depressed person, but the way I felt here was a feeling that I didn't even knew existed. It was such a twisted, powerful presence that seemed to wash over me. I appeared in some kind of weird Twilight Zone version of Clock Town. I walked out of the clock tower, as you normally do when you start from day one, only to find that all of the inhabitants were gone. Usually with the 4th day glitch, you can still find guards and the dog that runs around the tower. This time, they were all gone. What replaced them was the ominous feeling that there was something out there, in the same area as me, and that it was watching me. I had 4 hearts to my name and the hero's bow, but at this point, I wasn't even concerned for my avatar. I felt that I personally was in some kind of danger. Perhaps the most chilling thing was the music. It was the Song of Healing, ripped straight from the game itself, but played in reverse. It got louder, building up as if you should expect something to pop out at you. But nothing ever did, and the constant loop began to wear on my mental state. Every now and then, I would hear the faint laugh of the happy mask salesman in the background. Just quiet enough so that I wasn't sure if I was just hearing things, but just loud enough to keep me determined to find him. I had looked in all 4 zones of Clocktown, only to find nothing. No one. Textures were missing. West Clocktown had me walking on air. The entire area felt broken. Hopelessly broken. As the reverse Song of Healing repeated for what must have been the 50th time, I just remember standing in the middle of South Clocktown, realizing that I had never felt so alone in a video game before. As I walked through the ghost town, I don't know whether it was the combination of the out-of-place textures and the atmosphere, or the haunting melody of the once peaceful and soothing song being butchered and distorted, but I was literally on the verge of tears and I had no idea why. I hardly ever cry. Something had gripped me here with this powerful sense of depression that was both foreign and crippling. I tried leaving Clock Town, but every time I attempted to zone out, the screen would fade to black and I would just zone into another part of Clock Town. I tried playing my ocarina. I wanted to escape, and I did not want to be here, but just every time I played the Song of Time or Song of Soaring, it would only say, "Your notes echo far, but nothing happens." By this point, it was obvious that the game didn't want me to leave, but I had no idea why it was keeping me here. I didn't want to go inside the buildings. I felt that I would be too vulnerable there to whatever I was terrified of. I don't know why, but I came up with the idea that maybe if I drowned myself at the laundry pool, I could spawn somewhere else and leave this place. Oh. Drown. Okay. As I zoned in and ran towards the pool, that's when it happened. Link grabbed his head, and the screen flashed for a brief moment of the happy masked salesman smiling at me. Not Link, me. With Skull Kid's scream playing in the background. When the screen returned, I was staring at the Link statue from playing the song Elegy of Emptiness. I screamed as the thing just stared back at me with that haunting facial expression. I turned around and ran out and back into South Clock Town. To my horror, the freaking statue followed me. The only thing I can compare it to is like the weeping angels from Doctor Who. Every so often at random intervals the animation would play of the statue appearing behind me. It was like the thing was chasing me, or I don't even want to freaking say it, haunting me. By this point, I was on the verge of hysterics, but not even once did the thought of turning off the console occur to me. I don't know why, I was so wrapped up in it. The terror felt also real. I tried to shake the statue, but it would literally appear right behind me every time. Every single time. Link started to begin to make weird animations I had never seen him do before. He would flail his arms around or spasm randomly, and the screen would cut to the happy masked salesman smiling again for a brief moment before I was face to face with that freaking statue again. I ended up running into the Swordsmaster's dojo into the back. I don't know why, but in my panic, I just wanted some kind of assurance that I wasn't alone here. To my dismay, I found no one. But as I turned to leave, the statue cornered me in the cubby in the back. I tried attacking it with my sword, but to no avail. Confused and backed into a corner, I just stared at the statue, waiting for it to kill me. Suddenly, the screen flashed again to the happy masked salesman. Link turned to face my screen, standing upright, mirroring the statue, looking at me along with his copy, literally staring at me. How is this possible? This is probably modded, or like everything is just fabricated. Oh, thank you for the super member chat, Ben. Rip Ben. He was an alright guy. Rest in peace. Okay, where am I? Okay. Whatever was left of the fourth wall was completely shattered while I ran out of the dojo terrified. Suddenly, the game warped me to an underground tunnel, and the reverse song of healing queued up again as I was given a brief moment of rest before the statue started appearing behind me again. This time, aggressively. I could only take a few steps before it would summon me behind again. I hurriedly made my way out of the tunnel and appeared in southern Clocktown. As I ran aimlessly in sheer panic, suddenly, a Redead scream. A Redead? Is this a game character? I don't know. A Redead screamed, and the screen faded to black as Dawn of a New Day and a bunch of line appeared again. The screen faded in and I was standing on top of the clock tower with Skull Kid hovering over me again. Silent. I looked up the moon, and the moon was back, looming just meters above my head. The Skull Kid just stared at me hauntingly with that freaking mask. A new song was playing. The Stone Tower Temple theme played in reverse. In some sort of desperate attempt, I equipped my bow and fired off a shot at Skull Kid. Actually hit him and played an animation of him reeling back. I fired again, and on the third arrow, a text box appeared saying, That won't do you any good. Hee hee. I was picked up off the ground and levitated upwards on my back. Link screamed as he burst into flames, instantly killing him. What? Play Majora's Mask after this? Oh, it's scary though. I don't wanna experience this though. Redeads are those zombie monsters. Oh, I see. Okay, so they are characters. Now hold on, eh? Okay, next. I jumped when this happened. I had never seen this move used by anyone in the game, and Skull Kid himself didn't have any moves. As the death screen played, my lifeless body still burning. The Skull Kid laughed, and the screen faded to black, only to have me reappear in the same place. I decided to charge him, but same thing happened. Link's body was lifted off the ground by some unknown force, and he immediately burst into flames again, killing him. This time during the death screen, the faint sound of the reverse Song of Healing could be heard. On my third and final try, I noticed that there was no music playing this time, that all there was eerie silence. I remembered that in the original encounter with the Skull Kid, you were supposed to use the ocarina to either travel back in time or summon the giants. I attempted to play the Song of Time, but before I could hit the last note, Link's body once again horrifically exploded into flames, and he died. As the death screen neared its end, it began to chug, as if the cartridge was trying to process a lot of something. When the scream came to, it was the same scene as the first 3 times, except this time, Link was lying on the ground, dead in a position I had never seen in the game before. His head was tilted towards the camera with the Skull Kid floating above him. I couldn't move. I couldn't press any buttons. All I could do was just stare at Link's dead body. After around 30 seconds of this, the game simply faded out, showing the message, "You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" before kicking you out of the title screen. Whoa. Okay, next. Upon getting back to the title screen and starting again, I noticed my save file was no longer there. Instead of Link, it was replaced with Your Turn. Your Turn had 3 hearts, 0 masks, and no items. I selected Your Turn and immediately was returned to the clock tower rooftop scene of my dead Link and Skull Kid hovering over, and with the Skull Kids laughing looping again and again. I quickly hit the reset button, and when the game booted up again, there was one more save file added below Your Turn, entitled Ben. Ben's save file was right back where it was before I deleted it. At the Stone Tower Temple with the moon almost crashing. I turned the game off at that point. I'm not superstitious, but this is way too freaked up even for me. I haven't played it all day. Hell, I didn't even get any sleep last night. I kept hearing the reverse Song of Healing music in my head and just remembered the sense of dread I felt exploring the clock town. I drove back to the old man's house to ask him some questions with a buddy of mine. No way I was going there alone, only to find that there was a for sale sign in the front yard. When I rang the door, no one was home. Okay, you see, it's a little late into the story, but this is where I find the story to be like untrue. Like, oh, the house where the game was sold is suddenly gone. Yeah, no way. Anyway. So now I'm back here writing down the rest of my thoughts and recording what happened. Sorry if some of this has grammatical errors and whatnot. I'm running on no sleep here. I'm terrified of this game, even more so now that I relived it a second time writing this all down. But I feel like there's still a more to this than meets the eye, and that there's something calling to me to investigate this further. I think Ben is something in this equation, but I don't know what, and if I could get a hold of the old man, then I would be able to get and find some answers. I need another day or so to recuperate before tackling this game again. Feel like it's already taken a toll on my sanity, but next time I do this, I'm going to be recording my footage all the way through. The idea to record only came to me towards the end, so you see the last few minutes of what I saw, including Skull Kid and the allergy statue, but it's on YouTube. Oh, it's on YouTube? Oh, it's on YouTube? Is it real, chat? Okay. I want to watch it. I actually want to watch it. Anyway. Yeah, these stories never have people stop playing. Yeah. A recreated game footage. So it's not like the original. It's just a recreation. Hey. Would have been creepier if it was like the real footage. But okay. Anyway. Okay, yeah, there's like a part 2. There's like a part 2. Oh gosh. Oh, this story is long. Oh yeah, cause like he was talking to like Cleverbot too. I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, I remember there was this part where he was also like talking to like the AI chatbot, the Cleverbot, and then the Cleverbot like knew about the game thingy. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll read up until like post 2 because it's like super duper long. Okay. Post number 2, September 8th, 2010. I'm going to post what happened and link the video footage, but last night everything got too real for me. I think I'm done messing around with this. I passed out pretty much immediately after making the thread, but last night that elegy of emptiness tattoo, I had a dream about it. A dream that it was following me in my dream. That I would be minding my own business. When I'd feel my neck hair stand up on end, I would turn around that thing, that horrible lifeless statue, would be staring with those empty eyes right at me, merely inches away. In my dream, I remember calling it Ben, and never before I had that dream that I could remember so vividly. But the more important thing is, I did get some sleep, I suppose. Today, putting off playing the game as long as I could, I drove back up to the neighborhood to see if that old man came back. As expected, the car was still gone and no one was home. As I was walking back to my car, the man next door mowing the grass killed the power to his lawnmower, and asked me if I was looking for someone. I told him that I was looking to talk to the old man that lived here, to which he told me what I already knew. He was moving. Trying a different avenue, I asked if the old man had any family or relatives that I could talk to. I discovered that this old man had never been married, nor did he have any children or grandchildren through adoption. Starting to become worried, I asked one final question, one that I should have asked from the very beginning. Who was Ben? The man's expression turned grim, and I learned that 4 doors down, around 8 years ago, on April 23rd, the man informed me that it was the same day as his anniversary. That's how he knew the specific date. There was an accident with a young boy named Ben in the neighborhood. Shortly after his parents moved, and despite any further attempts to talk to the man to get more information, he wouldn't divulge anything else. I went back and started playing again. I loaded up the game, and immediately I jumped at the title screen where the mask flies by. The sound that played was not the normal whoosh sound, it's something much more higher pitched. I pressed start, bracing for the worst, but just like 2 nights ago, the files Your Turn and Ben were displayed. Truth be told, I looked at the Ben file earlier. It seemed to fluctuate between displaying the Al save and not. I brought up the Ben file, hesitated for a moment, noticing that the stats were not the same as they were 2 days ago. It seemed like he had already completed the Stone Tower Temple this time. Summoning my courage, I selected it. Immediately, I was thrust into a complete chaos. Sure enough, I was outside Stone Tower Temple, but that's about all that was expected. The zone itself wasn't called Stone Tower Temple, but rather Stone. And immediately a dialogue box of complete gibberish that I couldn't make out greeted me. Link's body was distorted. His back was cocked violently to the side where his posture was permanently disfigured. Link's expression was dull, almost monotonous. He had an expression on his face that I didn't recognize before. It was a blank look, as if he was dead. As Link stood there, his body spasmed irregularly back and forth. I examined what had become of my avatar and noticed I had a C button item that I had never seen before. Some kind of note, but pressing it did nothing. Sounds played back and forth that I didn't recognize from the game, almost demonic in nature. And there was some kind of high-pitched yip or some kind of laugh or something playing in the background. I had all of 2 minutes to take in the environment before another one of those freaking elegy of emptiness statues was summoned, and immediately after, I was cut into the dawn of a new day screen, except this time it was without the many-line text, subtext. I was a Deku scrub in Clocktown. This scene would normally play after the first time you traveled back in time. Tal would say,
What just happened? It's as if everything has...
but instead of saying started over, she finished her remark in broken text as the laugh from the Happy Mask salesman played in the background. I was put back in control of my character, but from a fricked up anime? No, camera angle. Why did I say anime? Fricked up camera angle. I was looking from behind the door to the clock tower, watching my avatar run around as a Deku scrub. What's a Deku scrub? I never played this game. Seeing as how I really had no place to go because I couldn't see anything, I begrudgingly went inside the door. There I was greeted by the Happy Mask salesman, who simply told me, "You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" Before the screen whited out. Little tree person, small wooden creature. Oh, okay. Naruhodo. I was in Terminal Field as a human again. I might as well not have been playing the same game anymore. I was being warped around and there was no sign of a day clock or anything. I took a moment to get my bearings as I looked around the field, and immediately I could tell that this was not normal. There were no enemies, and a twisted version of the Happy Mask Salesman theme was playing. I decided to run towards Woodfall before I noticed a gathering of 3 figures off to the side, one of them being Epona. As I approached them, to my horror, I saw the Happy Mask Salesman, the Skull Kid, and the Elegy of Emptiness statue just standing there. I figured maybe they were bugged out, but by now I told myself that I should have known better. Nevertheless, I approached them carefully and found that the Skull Kid was playing some kind of idle animation on loop. Same with Epona, and the Elegy of Emptiness statue was doing what it has been doing all along, just standing there eerily. It was the Happy Mask Salesman that scared me more profoundly than the other two. He was too idle, wearing that trash-eating grin, but wherever I moved, his head slowly turned and followed me. I had not engaged in any dialogue with him, nor was I in combat with him, yet his head still continued to follow my movements. Reminded of my first encounter with the Skull Kid on the clock tower. I pulled out my ocarina, to which the game played the ding sound when you're supposed to play your ocarina, and tried a song I hadn't played yet, the Happy Mask Salesman's own song, and the song that had been playing on loop back in Day 4, the Song of Healing. I finished playing the song, and as I did, an ear-piercing shriek blasted on my TV. TV? Really? The sky immediately started flashing, and uh, the Happy Mask Salesman's twisted theme song sped up, intensifying the fear inside me, and Link exploded into flames and died. The three figures stayed lit up during my death screen as they watched my lifeless body burn. I can't describe to you how sudden and terrifying the transition from eerie to terror it is. You're going to have to watch the video if you want to see firsthand. The same fear that caused me to lose sleep 2 days ago started to grip me again as I was met with the text, "You've met with a horrible fate, haven't you?" for the third time. There has to be some kind of meaning behind that. I had little time to ponder as I was immediately given another small cutscene of transforming into a Zora, and now I found myself in Great Temple Bay. Hesitant but curious to see what the game had in store for me, I slowly made my way towards the beach, where I found Epona. I wondered why the game had decided to put her here. Was the game implying that she was trying to get a drink? Unable to take the mask off, I decided that riding the steed wasn't the reason she was placed here. Suddenly, I realized that Epona kept neighing, and the way she was angled made it look like she was trying to signal a point to me off in the distance. It was a hunch, but I dove into Great Bay and started swimming. Sure enough, I almost missed it. I found something at the bottom of the ocean. One last elegy of emptiness statue. I went down to examine it, and suddenly my Zora started doing a choking animation I had never seen a Zora do before. Which didn't even make sense because Zora can breathe underwater. Regardless, my character choked to death and died, and again the statue was the only thing that was highlighted in my death. I didn't respawn this time. I was booted back to the main menu as if I restarted the console. The press start screen was before me. I knew that the only reason why it would put me here is because the save files had changed again. Taking a deep breath, I pressed start. And I was right. The new save files told me about Ben. Now it made sense why the statue appeared when I tried to go to the laundry pool. The game must have anticipated how I would have tried to escape the day 4 o'clock town. The two save files told me his fate. As I suspected, Ben was dead. He had drowned. The game obviously isn't through with me. It taunts me with the new save files. It wants me to keep playing. It wants me to go further, but I'm done with this shit. I'm not touching any more of the files. This is already way too horrifying for me, and I don't even believe in the paranormal, but I'm running out of explanations. Why would someone send me this message? I don't understand. I just get too depressed thinking about this. The footage is up here for those who want to see it, and try and analyze it. Okay, post number 2 is finished. Yeah, this is like too long. This is too long. Maybe I should get a TLDR. Cause like there's this whole like conversation with the chat bot too. Summary. Oh, there's the summary. Summary. So this is a 3-part multimedia alternate reality game, ARG. TLDR Ben drowned. That's it. He drowned. That's that. That's that. Let's see. Wikipedia. He stops playing after this post, and yet there's more. He can't escape it. He has to keep playing. That's the thing. Even with all the strange thing that happens in reality, some of these must be honest, even if it's from some schizophrenia. Yeah. But like, yeah, I don't know. They did say it was a web series under a pen name. So what is the series concluded on October 31st, 2020? 2020? Really? 2020? That's long. That's like 10 years. Since this one was written in 2010. Sugoi. That guy has such good memory. Like if I played a creepy game
I wouldn't be able to like remember much of the details. Finally finished? Yeah, it's pretty recent, yeah. Let's see, first arc of the series, Haunted Cartridge, was released in 2010. It follows college sophomore Jay Dutable, who, after acquiring a haunted Nintendo 64 video game cartridge of Majora's Mask, is plagued over the course of a single week by the presence of a seemingly omniscient artificial intelligence entity called Ben. The second arc, titled Moon Children, and set from late 2010 to 2011, follows the public emergence of a mysterious cult known as the Moon Children. What? What? Who worship the moon by way of human sacrifice, or in their words, ascension. The third arc, titled Awakening, began in March 2020, following new and returning characters who have become involved in multiple events of the current year. This arc introduced new scenarios detailing the aftermath of an in-universe event in 2018 that caused the collapse of civilized... Am I still reading the same Creepypasta? Yeah, it's a whole trilogy, yeah. It's not even about Ben drowning anymore. It's not even about Ben drowning anymore. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, sure. As the chilling lore, the game itself, interesting. Anyway, I guess that's like the first 2 parts of the first arc of Ben Drowned. It's too long. It would take us forever. Yeah, I need to drink water. It's been 2 hours too. Wow, I've been reading for 2 hours. Yeah, I want to read more Jeff the Killer level of of creepypasta. The Jeff the Killer one was so funny. Yeah, let me just drink water. What the? Don't forget to stretch. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I need to know more about the Majora's Mask game, but I don't know anything about it. So okay. Anyway, how about this one? How about we read something, another iconic one? Another iconic one, I guess. I've read Sonic EXE already, so I don't want to read it anymore. But the whole lore about it being removed in the original Creepypasta website and them like writing a rant is like really funny. 私のような JP2 期は Creepypasta あんまり知らんから助かる。Yeah, Creepypasta isn't really like a popular thing in Japan. So, 大丈夫です。It's all good. White with red is a very short creepypasta. White with red. Creepypasta. Oh, 2 minutes. I love how they put like the estimated reading time. Oh, this one has 1,000 votes. Wow. Alright. Okay, let's try this. Estimated reading time is 2 minutes. Okay, this one is unfamiliar to me. It's called White with Red. Maybe have some real creepy ones now. Alright. This one is White with Red. A man went to a hotel and walked up to the front desk to check in. The woman at the desk gave him his key and told him that on the way to his room, there was a door with no number that was locked and no one was allowed in there.
Especially no one should look inside the room under any circumstances. So he followed the instructions of the woman at the front desk, going straight to his room and going to bed. The next night, his curiosity would not leave him alone about the room with no number on the door. He walked down the hall to the door and tried the handle. Sure enough, it was locked. He bent down and looked through the wide keyhole. Cold air passed through it, chilling his eye. What he saw was a hotel bedroom, like his, and in the corner was a woman whose skin was completely white. She was leaning her head against the wall, facing away from the door. He stared in confusion for a while. He almost knocked on the door out of curiosity, but decided not to. This disinclination saved his life. He crept away from the door and walked back to his room. The next day, he returned to the door and looked through the wide keyhole. This time, all he saw was redness. He couldn't make anything out beside a distinct red color, unmoving. Perhaps the inhabitants of the room knew he was spying the night before and had blocked the keyhole with something red. At this point, he decided to consult the woman at the front desk for more information. She sighed and said, "Did you look through the keyhole?" The man told her that he had, and she said, "Well, I might as well tell you the story. A long time ago, a man murdered his wife in that room, and her ghost haunts it. But these people were not ordinary. They were white all over, except for their eyes, which were red. Oh! I see. Oh, I see. Vampires? No.
I see. Okay. White all over except for the eyes, which were red. So like he was looking at he looked at eyes, the red eyes. Oh, albino. Short and sweet. Yeah. That damn fear. I see. Okay. Good read. You know what else is white? Milk. Yeah, you got the cookies and the milk here. Drink up. Are you sleeping now? Me, honk shoo, me. Are you weeping? Okay. Wow. Oh wow, oh my gosh, wow. One tab. Okay, I had one creepypasta open and then one tab like died. It says, "Oh snap, something went wrong while displaying this web page. Error code. Out of memory." Scary! Creepy, scary. Okay, anyway, I think I just need to read something silly now. Yeah, the new creepypasta just dropped. Isla Coleman was reading creepypastas, but the tab died. Okay, let's read the next one. Are you ready? Don't worry. No, worry. I'm good. It's all good. It's not scary. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. You're scared. I'm not scared. You're scared. Okay, our next one will be, yeah, Mr. Creepypasta closed my tab. All right. Our next one would be. Whoa! Who is that? Isla Coleman!
Who's that creepy man?
Oh, it's Herobrine. It's Herobrine from Minecraft. Oh no.
Isla-Sama, watch out!
Alright. Can we even move the layers? Let me try moving the layers. Layer. Can we move the layer? Yep, we can. Okay. He's behind. Okay. He's on the back now. Okay. Alright. Our next creepy story is about Herobrine. Alright. Okay.
I had recently spawned a new world in single-player Minecraft. Everything was normal at first. As I began chopping down trees and crafting a workbench, I noticed something move amongst the dense fog. I had a very slow computer, so I have to play with a tiny render distance. I thought it was a cow, so I pursued it, hoping to grab some hides for armor. It wasn't a cow though. Looking back at me was another character with default skin, but his eyes were empty. I saw no name pop up, and I double-checked to make sure I wasn't in multiplayer mode. He didn't stay long. He looked at me and quickly ran into the fog. I pursued out of curiosity, but he was gone. I continued on with the game, not sure what to think. As I expanded the world, I saw that seemed out of place for the random map generator. To make 2x2 tunnels in the rocks, small perfect pyramids made of sand in the ocean, and groves of trees with all their leaves cut off. I would constantly think I saw the other player in the deep fog, but I never got a better look at them. I tried increasing my render distance too far whenever I thought I saw him, but it was to no avail. I saved the map and went on the forums to see if anyone else had found the pseudo player. There were none. I created my own topic telling of the man and asking if anybody had a similar experience. The post was deleted within 5 minutes. I tried again, and the topic was deleted even faster. I received a PM from username Herobrine containing one word: stop. When I went to look at Herobrine's profile, the page 404'd, I received an email from another forum user. He claimed that the mods can read the forum user messages, so we were safer using email. The emailer claimed that he had seen the mystery player too, and had a small directory of other users who had seen him as well. Their worlds were littered with obviously man-made features as well, and described their mystery player to have no pupils. About a month passed until I heard from the informant again. Some of the people who had encountered the mystery man had looked into the name Herobrine and found that name to be frequently used by a Swedish gamer. After some further information gathering, it was revealed to be this is so stupid. After some further information gathering, it was revealed to be the brother of Notch, the game's developer, Minecraft's developer. I personally emailed Notch and asked him if he had a brother. It took him a while, but he emailed me back with a very short message. I did, but he is no longer with us. I haven't seen the mystery man since our first encounter, and I haven't noticed any changes to the world other than my own. I was able to press print screen when I first saw him. Here's the only evidence of his existence. And then the picture of Herobrine. How did this get 9.07 stars out of 10? Why does this have so many votes? Sorry, I mean I knew about like Herobrine, but it's still so funny to me that they were like saying, "Oh, it's it's Notch's brother. It's the Minecraft developer's brother."
You still have your white eyes. I don't think I have it enabled in this outfit.
Minecraft hype feasting.
It's so funny. Anyway, yeah, that's the story of Herobrine. All right. Oh, this one. Okay, this one's longer. This one's longer. How about we have this as our next story? Slender Man. Slender Man. This one's longer. 11 minutes of reading time. Yippee! Most best-selling books are at 6th grade reading level. I don't think I'm young enough to find that scary. I mean, it's not scary. Like, the Herobrine thing it's actually funny. Like the whole reveal that it was Notch's brother is so funny to me. Okay. let's have another classic one. Slender Man. The Slender Man. The Slender Man. Never played Slender Man, but like there's like a creepier, there's like a scarier version of the Slender Man game. It was the mod with the Teletubbies. Yeah, the Teletubbies were in the mod. Yeah. We're in the game. Yeah, that was creepy. Oops, let me just adjust my screen. Yeah, why is it like this? How do I zoom? There you go. Okay. The Slender Tubbies. Oh yeah, that's what it was called. Yep. It's the Slender Tubbies. It was that one was really creepy. Okay. Can't believe we just leaked the script to the new Minecraft movie. Okay. Next story. Oh, actually, let me just drink water. There's a Slender Man 2 game? What? I didn't even know. Okay. Okay. Slender Man.
Possibly the most famous creepypasta character of all time, and certainly the one that has crossed most frequently into mainstream's media. The Slender Man, also known as Slender Man, is a character born of a variety of early influences, but which itself represents an evolution in the uses and development of folklore. Violent real-life events linked to the Slender Man character increased its infamy and even led to a moral panic based on the possible negative influences and danger that the fictional character posed to children. Okay. What is this? There's like a whole dialogue. Let me just read it. If only you hadn't looked back. Though it was autumn, the day had seemed long and the brief walk towards home short. As the sunlight began to fade, you and your two friends left the playground behind and trudged reluctantly home, knowing that you would be forced to pick up the games and conversations the next day. The next day, that never came. If only you had looked back. You hadn't looked back, but you had. Turning just for a moment, you had glanced back toward the tree line. seen the fingers of their branches clawing up towards the sky, and beside them, the figure. At first, you thought you must be mistaken, that your eyes in the hazy blur of twilight were playing tricks on you. But no, when you looked again, he was still there, taller than any man could be, thinner even the willowy branches that extended ever upward from the trees. He loomed in the distance, like the shadow of some horrible dark truth, and you knew instantly that you had to look away, that if you didn't tear your eyes from that blank featureless face, then soon the blank would wash over you, become you, and you would walk slowly but surely, as if pulled by some magnetic force towards him. Toward him, though, you feared him, though you were scared of his unnatural height, the aching blank whiteness of his face, the arms that seemed to stretch towards you, and the slithering tentacles behind. You turned, screwing up your eyes, willing yourself not to look, not to see, not to give in, and go to him. You screamed to the others, telling them the same, telling them not to look, but as you open your eyes, you realize they have already looked. They were already gone. Slender Man appearance. Though adaptation and modifications by various authors means that Slender Man's appearance can vary somewhat depending upon the source, the most common features remain the same. Their character is usually depicted as an abnormally tall humanoid, usually wearing a dark suit and tie. Slender Man's face is almost always completely featureless, and often either white or a pale gray, though in some depictions this blank face does feature an animalistic mouth. Slender Man is often said to be able to extend or stretch his limbs, particularly his arms at will, and either has tentacles protruding just visible from his back or has tentacle-like appendages in place of his arms. The character commonly inhabits liminal spaces such as the entrance to woods and forests or areas of of abandoned grounds on the outskirts of more populated areas. Whilst there are a variety of Slender Man stories out there, much of the character's effectiveness comes from the fact that there is no single definitive version. The initial posts that introduce the character being only fragmentary quotes linked to an image rather than an actual story or complete narrative. Much like his appearance, however, oh, there's a picture. Creepy. I got jump scared. Sorry. There's like a picture when I scroll down. Much like his appearance, however, though the details alter, some elements remain to be seen as constant, such as the character appearing by woods or forests, enticing children away from their parents and friends, never to be seen again. Another common trope is that the Slender Man exerts an influence upon the victims, making them the perpetrators of crimes or violent actions. The character has also been said to cause illness, particularly a cough known as slender sickness, and to induce those who encounter him to K-word themselves. These latter features, namely incitements to violence or K-wording, became more prominent and commonly associated with the character in a case of art imitating life after real-life violent events or cases of attempted unaliving were linked to the character. Despite some media outlets adding to the aura of the Slender Man mythos by claiming that the figure's origins are unclear, in fact, the character's origin is easily traceable. Slender Man in his original form was created by Eric Knudsen under the alias Victor Surge. Knudsen was responding to a call on Something Awful for posters to contribute digitally altered photographs that would then serve as the basis for new mythologies or stories. Knudsen's effort, posted on June 10, 2009, showed groups of teenagers and children with the now familiar figure of Slender Man standing in the background. At first glance, the image seems normal, but the figure's anomalous size and featureless face, once noticed, gives the picture an eerie and unsettling feeling. Alongside the images, Knudsen provided small snippets of out-of-context text purported to be witness accounts that give hints about the scenes depicted and their relation to anomalous figure of the Slender Man. By attaching short snippets of text with his images, Knudsen transformed the lone image into the first Slender Man story, albeit in a non-linear fragmentary form. Following this initial appearance, the Slender Man character was then picked up by other users, who either fit him into their own narratives or wrote short accounts of alleged encounters with the character, sculpting as if they did some of the features recognized today. With each new detail and new account, posters help in building a myth around the character that became building a myth around the character that, because of its viral scope and a myriad of conflicting details and accounts, did not retain a canon version, and this process happened fast. The day after Knudsen's post, a user named LeechCode5 posted a photo with a backstory featuring Slender Man. By 14th June, a new user named Trenchmall had used Slender Man in his own story. A user known as Throw Up posted a story about a figure in Germany who stalked children on the edge of the forest, providing an invented historical reference point to the character. On June 20th of the same year, Slender Man became the subject of a YouTube video series, based upon an earlier Something Awful post by user Troy Wagner. The series, which alleged to detail interactions or discoveries about the Slender Man made whilst working on a film project named Marble Hornets. The series of videos was supported by a Twitter feed, and a second YouTube channel allowed the character to move from being a text, image, and form-based phenomenon to being an ARG, with the character now being referred to, discussed, and modified across a number of different platforms and modalities by an ever-growing number of contributors. Slender Man Creepypasta story. After waking up with a jolt, the girl laid in bed a few seconds longer. Reaching over to the switch on her bedside lamp, she tried to remember what exactly had stolen her sweet slumber away. When she couldn't, the brunette swung her legs over to the side of the bed and heaved herself up. Checking the time on her phone, she snorted when she saw it was midnight, the witching hour. Knowing that sleep would only evade her, she left her bedroom for the kitchen, a good cup of coffee on her mind. As she passed by her front door, a chill spread like liquid fire down her spine. It's only winter, she told herself, focusing again on the coffee plan. Measuring out scoops, water, and preparing her cup kept her occupied, but as the dark liquid boiled, she had nothing left to keep her mind from wandering off. The chill returned and she couldn't help but glance behind her front door. It stood there innocently, just like always. The deadbolt was still in place, and she could see nothing amiss with it. Turning back to her coffee, she did her best to forget about the feeling. With her cup in hand, she started back towards her bedroom. As she walked by the front door, she decided that a quick glance out of the peephole would help calm her restless mind. The chill worsened with each step she took towards the door and further away from the safety and warmth of her blankets. She pressed her empty hand against the cold metal door and took a deep breath before leading her eye to the peephole. At first, she could only see an inky blackness and somehow seemed to swirl in itself. When she blinked, in surprise, the void melted away. She wished it hadn't. In its place, there stood what she could only guess was once a man. The limbs were long and inhumanly awkward, with bulky joints branching off into several arms, not unlike the branches of a tree. The creature was draped in a black suit, somehow making the thing more nightmarish to her. The icing on the proverbial cake, however, was what passed as the hellish thing's face. It was as though her mind blurred the ghastly visage to spare itself further from shock and horror. She shoved herself away from the door with a hand still pressed against it. The scalding mug of coffee fell, the liquid burning her bare legs as she fell backwards and tried to crawl away from the door. She knew, somehow, that her mind hadn't been playing tricks on her. As she crab walked away from the door, she saw She watched as tendrils as black as the void. She first saw snake around through the cracks. Yeah, what the hell is a crab walk? Yeah, it says no, I'm not joking. It says crab walk. It says crab walk. Like, can't touch this walk. Yeah, walking sideways, but yeah, it's just weird to like use crab walk. Yeah. They meant like walking sideways. I could just imagine the Mr. Krabs walk. I'm sorry. Anyway, as she watched as tendrils as black as the void, she first saw snake around through the cracks. The girl was trapped between the instincts to flee and the gut feeling to not turn her back on the door. No, not the sound effect. The immersion broke. Okay, going back. When the door jolted, the urge to flee overcame her and she slipped in the burning liquid as she tried to make it back to her room. She knew deep down that she was trapping herself in a corner, but she had to get away from the door. The girl was halfway down the hallway when she heard the previously locked door creak open. She screamed and slipped into a wall, cracking her chin on it and stunning her. After that, there was only blackness. Nicole? A warm male voice snapped the woman out of her trance. As it turned out, she was met by one of her sister's doctors. She nodded, not sure if she should say anything or even if she could find her voice, if she did have something to say. That morning, she had gotten an urgent phone call from the hospital saying that her sister, Lindsay, was there. Before they had even let her see her, the doctors had pulled her off of the side and insisted that they talk to her about what might have happened. Phrases like self-inflicted and assault had been thrown around and Nicole felt her mind reel. She still hadn't fully understood what they had been saying until she saw Lindsay with her own eyes. Her little sister had a bandage wrapped around her head, covering both of her ears as well as her eyes. They said it was to keep her now deadened eyes from drying out and try to keep infection out of the wounds. Lindsay made to her ears. Oh my gosh, do they know? Yeah, there's like a lack of commas here, so I'm struggling to read. Anyway, the doctors had guessed that either she or someone else had jammed a pencil into them to keep her off balance or to deafen herself against something. There was a mix of first and second degree burns on her hands, legs, and feet, and from what assumed to be the coffee her neighbors found slipped all over the entry to her apartment. As Nicole walked into her sister's hospital room the first time, she thought she had spied the silhouette of a man in the window. That she knew was impossible. Her sister's room was the third story. Oh my god! Oh my god, I have my desktop audio off, but there was like a Slack notification. Ah! Thanks, Lua. It was Lua. Oh yeah, my desktop audio was off, but that jump scared me. It was so loud. Thanks, Lua. Oh my god. Don't open Slack, it's Slender Man. Oh god. Yeah, I got jump scared by the Slack. The Slack. Okay, anyway, yeah, it's the story's finished anyway. And she thought she had spied the silhouette of a man in the window. That she knew was impossible because her sister's room was the third story of the hospital. That's a spooky, scary story. behavior. Much of the fascination with Slender Man is rooted in the overall aura of mystery that he is wrapped in. Despite the fact that it is rumored he kills children almost exclusively, it is difficult to say whether or not his only objective is to slaughter. Oftentimes, it is either reported or recorded that he can be found in sections of woods, and these generally tend to be suburban. He also had been reported seen with large groups of children, as many photographs portray. It is commonly thought that he resides in woods and forests and preys on children. He seems unconcerned with being exposed in the daylight or captured in photos. Ooh, creepy. Creepy. It is often thought as well that he enjoys stalking people who have become overly paranoid about his existence, purposefully giving them glimpses of himself in order to further frighten them. For this reason, it seems like Slender Man very much enjoys psychologically torturing his victims. He also often appears to float or drift around rather than walk, which suggests the possibility of him being an ethereal being rather than a creature or a man. This would also explain why he is able to remain mobile in spite of his poorly proportioned body. Even though Slender Man was fabricated on Something Awful's forum, or was he? Some people have already claimed sightings. He is seen mostly at night peering into open windows and walks out in front of lone motorists on secluded roads. His main intention appears to be kidnapping children, as well as when he is seen near them in photographs, they usually disappear shortly afterwards. The Slender Man has also inspired many stories, such as those of marble hornets. In the end, though, his purpose remains unknown. Whoa. Well, why is there like backstory here now? Like German and Egyptian hieroglyphs? Hello? Wasn't this just made up? On the internet? Wasn't this just made up on the internet? Okay, that's that. That's the story of Slender Man. So it really just originated from like one picture that was like photoshopped, I guess. Like it's from like different photographers who like manipulate their photos and then attach like a text to it to make it creepy. So yeah. That's that. That's Slender Man. Kind of story scares you the most? Stories? I don't know, cause like if it's like early 2000s, I would have been scared with like some creepypastas, to be honest. It would have freaked me out, but now it doesn't creep me out anymore, I guess. Slack notifications scare me. Today you found out that Slack notifications scare me.
Black hair Isla-Sama. Oh my god. Yeah, it's my Halloween costume. Oh, anyway. I need to drink water. Too much text. Yeah, it's like if you take a spooky photo and then you like photoshopped like a white silhouette and then you'd be like, oh, there's a ghost. There's a ghost in this picture. Yeah. Experience of Ashley, Kansas is really scary one. I wonder if like these stories are real or just like made up. There's no way. Is there actually like a real creepypasta that's not just a creepypasta? Like it's like in real life. Not like a, hey, I bought this game on a garage sale. I wonder if there's like a real one. But we don't know, it's the internet. The internet, we just don't know. I do have a scary story. I already told you guys about it, but like I'm not super superstitious or like I believe in ghosts, but like I think I'm pretty positive I had a ghost encounter already. If it's real, can it be considered a creepypasta? Maybe it won't be a creepypasta it'd be a creepy. I don't have a joke. I don't have a joke for that. A creepy full course meal. Yeah, I guess, yeah, true crime is like real life creepypasta for sure. I really, you know what I'm disappointed about? I'm really disappointed on like those video game pirated stuff. Like the piracy screens. Like I like they're very, very interesting and I wish they were real, to be honest. I wish they were real. But they're not. They're not. Like most of them are just like edited. The anti-piracy screens, yeah. I wish they were real. Like every time I click, I at one point I used to like binge watch a lot of like those anti-piracy screens on YouTube, and then they're just fan made, and I'm like, yeah, they're scary, all right, because you can make them scary. And I wish there was like less edited ones. Like I wish there was like a real creepy anti-piracy one. The spiral one, I think that was real. There's also one game. Yeah, some anti-piracy screens are real, but like not scary. Well, this background is actually scary. Looking at it now, it's kind of scary. It's a good thing there's an anime girl. Best creepypastas tend to lend themselves to being plausible, like based on unsolved historical events. There's no way of knowing. There's no way of knowing. Because I could like write a creepypasta and upload it right now and say, hey guys, this actually happened, believe me. Just wipe your save or something. I wish there were scarier ones. If I manage to make my own game, I'm gonna make an anti-piracy screen. If I miraculously manage to make my own game in the future, I'm gonna create an anti-piracy feature with it. Skinwalker stories. Oh yeah. The skinwalker stories for sure are scary for sure. Even some of like I know like some of them are like manipulated, like some of the images are manipulated, but like it's still pretty creepy when I encounter it. Yeah. Anyway, here's my horror story that I will retell because it's Halloween. It's Halloween. To this day I actually haven't confirmed if what I saw was real or not. I have no idea, but like it's real, I tell you. It's as real as it can get. This happened like a long time ago. So my friend had a sleepover, and like her house was like has 3 stories. So like her bedroom is on the 2nd floor, and then the third floor was like under construction. Like it was the attic. Yeah. Like they were gonna like make it, they were gonna like renovate it. Yeah, they were gonna renovate the 3rd floor. And then I don't believe in ghosts, okay? This is coming from me who like tells people, hey, I don't believe in ghosts. And then so it was dinner time. Everybody was hanging out in her room, and then her mom called us down. They're like, it's time for dinner. And then we all went out of the room because it's dinner time. And then on the stairs going down, you can actually see the 1st floor and the 3rd floor. I looked up at the 3rd floor and saw somebody, like a face. It's a freaking face, like smiling. Like I can feel somebody looking at us and smiling. You know how like you can only see like the pupils, like the white pupils and the eyes, and then the smile, the white smile. and then it's super dark, but you can still see the whiteness of the smile and the pupils. Yeah, I saw somebody like smile like that, and then I jumped. I was like, and then I looked again, and there's nothing, and then I asked. Everybody was at the dinner table, and I asked my friend's mom, do you have anybody like staying on the 3rd floor of your house? Cause like it's under construction, right? Like it's under renovation. And she said her mom said, no, we don't have anybody. We don't have anybody. Like yeah, like the third floor, the attic was like under construction. Yeah, it's under renovation, but it's like nighttime, and all the construction workers are like gone now. There's nobody there, cause like her mom and her dad are all like staying in the 1st floor, and then she doesn't have any siblings. She doesn't have siblings, so it's just me, our friends, and then her mom and her dad downstairs, and there's nobody on the 3rd floor. And trust me, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep that night. And then my friend who was like super religious, she was like, okay, I'll give you this like this rosary, this like bracelet, and then we'll pray over you. Yeah, girls' night turned into like a freaking ritual. I swear, like an innocent like girls' night turned into like a prayer circle for Isla Coleman. Girls' night gone wrong. I swear, we were supposed to watch like a horror movie too, and that didn't happen. After I told them what happened, they were like, "Yeah, we are not watching a horror movie after that." It turned into like a prayer circle for me. They were like, "Okay, here you go. Yeah, have this bracelet, and then you have to pray like a couple of times so that the ghost won't go to us or show up to our room." It was so funny. I don't ever want to go back to her house. I mean, I don't want to go back there. I knew what I saw, and this is coming from somebody who doesn't believe in ghosts. And how about now? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I would say no. At least in where I live, but like on my friend's house, no way. No way. She lives with freaking ghosts. I am convinced. The mirror reflection. No, there's nothing. There are no furniture. There's no furniture on the 3rd floor. There's nobody staying on the 3rd floor. There's no furniture. But I'm pretty sure I saw a face. Scary. And she has like a really small family. She doesn't have any siblings. So it's scary. Yeah, from Dark Diaries to Omen real quick. Light from a window. It was nighttime. It's dinner. There's no light. You sure you weren't tired? I wasn't tired. I was ready. I was ready for the sleepover. I was ready to just watch movies, like eat food. We were gonna get pizza. Okay, we're gonna get pizza. I was excited. I wasn't tired. I was looking forward to it. Humans have evolved to have a high degree of pattern recognition for seeing faces. Yeah, I don't want to believe in anything anymore. I don't believe. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm just seeing things. Yeah, I was just seeing things. Yeah, that's not. Surely that's not real. Surely it wasn't real. Haha. Anyway, what's that? That's that. a poster or a doll. No, there's nothing. There's nothing. She says nothing on the 3rd floor. You still get pizza? Yeah, we get. We got the pizza. Not even believe in yourself? I believe in myself. Just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Anyway, I'm done reading. Too much reading for today. I don't even pick up a book normally, so I think I've read enough. I'm thinking. Could turn that into creepypasta. I'm not sure. I mean, people wouldn't buy it. I don't know if you guys believe in me. Like, even when I told you the story, do you believe? Do you believe that I saw something? Would you believe? Would you think what I saw was real, or is there like a scientific explanation? Maybe it's just like, yeah, maybe it's just the pattern. Like humans have like the pattern recognition thingy. Jeff the Killer story tolerable? No, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help laughing at the story writing. I believe you saw something. I swear it was real. I saw something. Why would somebody go on the internet just to lie? Yeah, like Jeff the Killer is a real story, you guys. You think people would just lie about Jeff the Killer on the internet? They wouldn't make that up. It's like that event with She's window that happened. Impossible, but there must be an explanation. What's the story with She? What's the story with She? Somebody tell me the She story. What's that? What happened? What happened with her? I wanna know. Oh yeah, anyway. We should do this again and read just the really bad week you reject ones. We should. Like, Halloween is every day. Every day is Halloween. Just like every day is my birthday. And every day is Christmas. I'm thinking. We have a stream tomorrow. It's a goodbye stream. It's a goodbye Isla-Sama temporarily. Temporarily goodbye. It's a goodbye stream. It's the real Halloween stream. One time she saw handprints in her window. She tried cleaning it from both sides, but it was inside the glass. Creepy. Handprint. I mean, there's also one creepy thing in my mom's bedroom. There was like handprints on like the ceiling, and like we kind of just ignored it, but like there's like a handprint on the ceiling, and like the ceiling is like really high. Like you need a ladder. Like you need a really tall ladder for that. There's just like 2 handprints. Scary. Yeah, that's on my mom's bedroom. Back in the Coleman household. There during the window projection, probably. What about in the case of my mom's bedroom? Yeah, there's like 2 handprints. Like you could clearly see it. It's like imprinted on the wall. Yeah. On the ceiling, not on the wall, on the ceiling. Creepy. And then you need like a really tall ladder to reach it. And when I asked my mom about it, I was like, Did you like reach the ceiling or something? And she's like, No, I didn't. It's impossible. Yeah, just don't overthink it and just pray, Isla. Just don't believe it. You have God in our side. Yeah, I like that because I was like a little bit paranoid about it, but I kind of ignored it. If it's not in my room, it's not my problem. Lizards got hands. No, like gigantic hands, human hands. Painters might have placed their hand there before it was close to fully drying. I don't know. Yeah, that's my copium. That's my copium. Like it could have been like the painter's job. Could have been the painter's job, okay? Yeah, that's my copium. Why am I still crying? Oh yeah, cause like we're saying goodbye tomorrow. Goodbye, Isla-Sama. No, actually, I'll see you on Sunday. I'll be gone for like just 4 days. 4 days. Oh, but like she has a concert on Sunday. Oh, now I'm thinking. Icho, Michael Hai, has a concert on Sunday. JSG! Yippee! Good for her. Yeah, I feel like I can stream after her concert. I wanted to like make a drawing for her and Sharzu anyway, because 2 big kawaii events on October. Wow. Yeah, my genmate Sharzu's birthday and she's solo concert. Yay. So you know what? Yeah, I'll come back on Sunday. No Peppa Pig cake for Sharzu. I'll send her one. I have the PNG on my phone. I'll send it to her on her birthday. Yeah, so I guess tomorrow's stream would just be another Zatsudan stream. Where you say your goodbyes to Isla Coleman. And then I'll come back on Sunday. I'll be back soon. Sooner than you think. And then there's gonna be some pre-uploaded content. While I'm away, so you don't have to feel like Isla-Sama is completely gone. Yeah? Yep. Let's see. I'm looking at my schedule right now. I didn't make a stream schedule because there's like more days where I'm not streaming. But yeah, I'll return immediately on Sunday. So I look forward to it. I miss her already. Who? Who do you miss? Don't cry. Why are you crying? You're just crying. Are you a baby? Don't cry. Don't cry. You want me to leave like some short Twitter voice recordings? Yeah, I'll you know what? Yeah, I'll leave some short Twitter voice recordings. I can still hear her voice. Yeah, exactly. So while I'm away, you get a thing. You get a thingy from Adachamash YouTube, and then I will make a voice, some short random silly voice clips on Twitter. Okay? Is that good? Is that good? Yeah. It's like she never left. Exactly. It's like I never left. Yeah. It's acceptable. It's a deal. Living without Isla Huggy Wuggy. When did I ever give you a Huggy Wuggy? Are you a Fields of Mystery cow? You're not a Fields of Mystery barn animal. So yeah, tomorrow Zatsu, and then Sunday, my return stream on Sunday will be welcome back Isla-Sama, while I'll make art for Sharzu and Shi, because it's their birthday. No, it's not their birthday. Well, it's Sharzu's birthday. Mo, you forgot to put us back into the barn. Oopsie. I'm sorry. Oh. Alright. But, okay, yeah. So, only a few streams this week. And then, next week, don't worry, I'll give you so much Isla Coleman next week. We'll have 5 Isla Coleman streams. We have 5 Isla Coleman streams. Just for you. You need to ring the bell? Okay, I got the bell. Ding, ding, ding. It's time to go back home. Yup. And then, oh my goodness, it's November this week. It's already November this week. Wow. And my birthday is in like 3 weeks. I guess? 3 weeks? Yeah, it's in 3 weeks. Yippee! Isla Coleman turns 16. Season 4. Yeah, it'll be my 4th time celebrating my birthday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I'm my 4th time celebrating my production kawaii birthday. Oh, it's gotta be the last production kawaii birthday too. Ripperoni. Ripperoni. Anyway, yep. So I'll have that. It's no surprise, but like my birthday stream should be on the 18th. Yep. It's gonna be simple. Nothing much. Got nothing much to offer except one thing, but that's a surprise for next time. Yeah. 16 plus 4, that's like 20. That's like 20 already. Old. Yep. Anyway. I think I'll end the stream now because it's almost 3 hours too. It's almost 3 hours. It's almost been 3 hours. Yeah. So I'll see you tomorrow for Zatsu. Goodbye, Isla Coleman stream. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I'll think about what to do tomorrow other than Zatsu. Maybe we could have some other stuff too. Maybe we could keep the Halloween festivities. Yeah, maybe we could still be in the Halloween mood tomorrow. Is that good? We could still be in the Halloween mood tomorrow. For sure. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for joining me. Arigato na. Happy early birthday. Thank you. Yeah, I also have to troubleshoot my 3DO too. Like buy a new cable. Don't know if I'll be able to do it after the stream. What time is it? Oh, there's time. There's time. Yeah, let's see if I can make my 3DO work next time. Thank you for joining me. Let me just stretch out. 聞いてくれてありがとうございます。Thank you. お疲れ様でした。お疲れ様でした。Thank you, everybody. I'll see you soon. Tomorrow. Be there. If you want to say goodbye to me. Bye bye. お疲れ様でした。Thank you. See you soon. Have a good night. Have a great day. Bye. Bye bye. Blah.